What's up guys, so we're going to be taking a look at the Poison Dart bundle which has just dropped into the COD store. We're going to take a look, test it in game to see if it's worth you guys buying so you can check it out ahead of having to shell out on the COD points. So let's take a look at what you get. So within this bundle you get the Chimera Blueprint, which is called Feelin Froggy. You get the Toxint Magnum Blueprint. You get a Toxic Waters boat skin, which looks pretty cool. It's got proper like poison dart vibe to it. You get an acid acquired weapon sticker and an emblem called All That's Left, which is animated. So in these pro-tuned weapons, you've got the Chimera, which comes with dismemberment effect and a green acid tracer and impact, which you can have a look at here in the preview. I can see it blows the body to bits, and it's got a laser which shows up, has a kind of poison effect on the body, and then the tracers leave the effects in the wall as well. That's the same that can be applied to the Magnum as well. So let's jump in, we'll grab this and see how it looks in game. So we're just going to jump into a private match, and I've gone into Museum just so you can see the colours on the gun animation, and as you can see it looks super awesome. It's got this metallic red top and then it goes down into a poison dart frog type pattern which has got this almost neon fluorescent green on the bottom, which looks awesome. And then it comes with a laser which has got this decay which almost bleeds out of the wall as you run your sight across it, which looks really cool. And then when you shoot, it's got a larger, more toxic waste vibe to it, which looks awesome, particularly when you're up front and it stays on the wall for quite a long time. I think in gunfights that's going to be really interesting. Whether it's going to help your aim or not, I don't know. And then onto the Basilisk, it's got the same laser and the tracer treatment. Kind of can't really see the camo with that crazy animation, but what's a nice touch is they put the red and green bullets in there and the casing when you reload, so it all matches up nicely with the blueprint, and that looks really cool. I think that's going to get hectic when you're playing something like Shipment. But the toxic vibes stay on the wall for ages, and the tracers, particularly on the laser, look really cool, which we're going to be able to use on other weapons as well. So that's a plus for getting this bundle. The cool thing about the camos in Modern Warfare 2 is that you can layer them up on the blueprints. So if you add like the gold mastery camo over the top of that, you can still start to see some of the pattern through there. It does knock quite a lot of this back, so you can't see much of the green, but it's almost got this kind of mottled effect on it, which is kind of cool. But let's take a look at it on some of the other ones like Polyatomic and Orion. Platinum does look really cool. It kind of takes this muted effect, so it's almost a bit like petrol, which like adds a bit of interest to the platinum camo, which I think can look a bit boring at times. Actually, I think that looks pretty sick. So in a way, it's almost worth getting just for something like that. The craziness of the Polyatomic does hide a lot of the original design, so you can't see loads. And Orion, that's kind of crazy. You can still see the frog effect on the magazine and the kind of pearlescent petrol striping that runs all the way down the weapon. So I think that looks pretty sick. If you're a completionist and you're into getting your events camos, this is how they'll look. So you've got the Skull Eater, which is for completing the latest event, which again looks pretty cool and takes on that kind of metallic feeling to it and actually makes it feel a bit more rotten and poisonous. So I think this is looking pretty cool. The Galvanic looks crazy. It kind of keeps the top of the weapon from the original, so it's got that shiny red and then it's got the crazy animated camo below, which looks awesome. And some of the solid colour camos look great as well. Some of them not so good, but the lighter ones, or this charcoal one, looks pretty sweet as well. The ghastly green is super bright and kind of pulls away from any of the detail in it. But that's how these solid ones look. So I think there could be a few goes in there, maybe the slate or even the unplumbed. White obviously just strips that right back. And in terms of the build that they give you, their pro-tuned advantage apparently is aim down sight speed, which it did feel good, the recoil stabilization and sprint to fire speed. So this is definitely a quicker build and could be something that you use a bit like an SMG, particularly when you're running a sniper. But it's got the Accu laser shot, which is the laser which you can also use across other weapons that have this laser as an attachment. The Chrono Mini Dot, the TRX 5.6 stock, the D37 grip and the FTAC Tiger grip. If you're playing Warzone, you're probably going to want to change the mag out, which will then change the design of it, which is a shame. So you have to stick with the blueprint one if you want to keep the frog spots on it. And if we take a look at the Basilisk, it's running the snake shot, so this is what will give you the tracers, which can also be used across different weapons as well that take the snake shots. It's got the Bryson HTA underbarrel, the F-Tac arrow barrel, the Revo LSD laser, and the, I've set it to a Kimbo, but it did have the ISO RO99 grip. Like I say though, you will be able to use some of the assets on other weapons, so if you go down to the receiver, you can change this across to, for example, the M13B, which is not bad for Warzone at the moment. If we just jump into the firing range, you'll see that it's got the laser still on it. It's taken off the tracers, but you will be able to use the laser on the M13. Same goes for the BAS-P, which also sits within the same tree. So let's just check this out in the firing range. Again, you've got that laser, which is quite cool. And it's maybe a bit less distracting than the full-on tracer packs and the animations of the toxicity on the wall. If you want to use the tracers on the ISO Hemlock, what you need to do is you need to go to ammunition and then across to blackout and press square if you're on PlayStation for skins, and then pick the Feelin Froggy skins, and we'll take a look at this in the firing range. So obviously it hasn't got the laser on it, but you still get the crazy poison effects on the wall, which actually stays there for quite a long time. That's pretty awesome. Like proper Ghostbusters vibes. So now we're going to jump into a bit of shipment and see how the tracers look and the dismemberment effects on real bodies in gameplay. So actually you can see that the tracers look awesome, and the way that the effects on the wall really pop out in the game. And actually I would say they're not too bad at affecting your aim. I'm not sure I'd want to run this in Warzone just because at ranges I think this is going to start to get a bit annoying, but in a sort of fun multiplayer situation I think this is pretty cool. And I've run the Basilisk with the Kimbo in this, so as you can see the lasers are doubled up, so they almost look like green eyes on this, which look really cool with that decay effect as you swipe across the walls. And the Basilisk still hit Diffy at close range, particularly on multiplayer with the TTK super quick. But yeah, I think to be fair these look really cool. I'm into it. It's a shame that they put the 30 round mag on the Chimera because I found myself reloading quite a lot, but had quite a lot of fun with this one. These are the blueprints used straight out of the box, so they are as they come, but I think you'll probably want to change some of the attachments to get it closer to the meta. So let's drop in and see how this RHIB skin looks in Warzone. Obviously starting off black. And that looks sick, super colourful. It's got that same sort of neon green poison vibe to it. Ooh. Proper vibrant little skin on that. It does look like that glows in the dark actually, which is kind of cool. Colours look like they've faded away there, but the green poison still stays. And this looks proper jazzy. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see in the shadows there that the green still really pops out, which is a nice little skin for this. I've been rocking black previously, but this is probably a keeper. That's a nice touch. So overall, I think the Poison Dart bundle is actually a pretty good deal. It's only 1500 COD points, which compared to some of the other pro packs, which are like 2400 COD points, it's not too bad. You get two weapons with it. Basilisk is still decent, and the Chimera is a good sniper support. And also you've got the laser and the tracer assets that can be used across multiple weapons. So if you're still running the ISO Hemlock even after the nerfs, then this could be for you. It's a shame that on the blueprint itself they've only put the 30 round mag onto the Chimera, so you will lose that design, which is a bit of a shame if you want to move up to the 45 mag, which you're probably what I'm going to do. I found that I was reloading a lot, particularly in shipment and things like that. But overall, not a bad little bundle, and the boat skin looks cool as well. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to the channel, where I take a look at bundles and look at all things Call of Duty and Warzone, and I stream live over on Twitch and Kick. I've left all the links below, and thanks for watching.